Folks, welcome to episode 34 of Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and I have two live guests in the office. Robert's back again for another review of Smackdown. We were actually there live in Buffalo, New York, and my brother making his video debut. He's been hiding, so had to include him. Cameron Matthews, aka KC Classic. His YouTube channel will be in the description as well if you want to check him out. He talks football, basketball, gaming. Anything else?
A little bit of wrestling gaming, that's about it.
I like it. All right, guys. Well, they were live in the First Niagara Center here tonight. Shane McMahon, Daniel Bryan come out. They kick off the show, doing their thing, get a new intro. I don't know if the set was new. What did you guys think of the overall feel of the product, the show?
They seem a little thin right now, but
yeah, I felt like Raw still got the better production values versus what SmackDown got. But SmackDown tried. At least there was no ramp. I mean, they tried to be a little bit different, but can't really complain. Ken, what did you think of the production values?
you can definitely tell that they are very thin by bringing back some of the characters, but the guys that they're bringing back, I definitely think they could make an impact going forward for the brand.
All right, and we'll get into that while we talk about this. So they're all out there and they're talking. First announcement that gets made is Shane McMahon announces that the first SmackDown-only pay-per-view will be Backlash, and that's going to be held in September. So everyone's oohing and on. And then Shane starts talking about, well, we still have to get an opponent for Dean Ambrose for SummerSlam. A six-pack challenge was announced for the number one contendership for tonight. Bryan and Shane introduced the competitors in the ring. We had John Cena, Bray Wyatt, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, and AJ Styles. And they left one spot open. And they talked about opportunity and how everything's all about opportunity with this. And they said there's going to be a battle royal right now for the shot. We get into the battle royal. The battle royal really showed how thin the roster was. Gentlemen, could you agree? I mean,
yeah, definitely agree. It was not that many people in the ring.
It felt very lackluster compared to Raw's roster, which I felt was they had enough people. So SmackDown's got some work to do to catch up and be an equal to Raw. I feel like they're missing. I don't know a proper number. 5 to 10, would you say is fair? 5 to 10 guys. I still think SmackDown's roster needs. Battle Royal goes through some stuff. Guys get eliminated. We were having fun just heckling people out there and stuff. It gets down to the final people, which I believe were Kane, Zack Ryder, Apollo Crews, and who's the fourth?
Who was
Kalisto?
Yes.
There we go.
Yep.
I was waiting for him to cut another bad promo like he did after the draft show.
Damn it.
Well, everyone gets eliminated. Kane tosses Ryder out. There was lots of Ryder support in this. Very cool. Shout out to Mojo Rawley, too, who was in the match. He did some cool things. Hype Bros made their debut on main event, so I kind of liked it.
Eliminated Dave Rowan.
Yeah, that was a big move for Mojo. Mojo got a pretty good pop for that, and the Gronkowskis were all down there cheering for him. So, ooh, go Buffalo. Apollo Crews ends up winning that battle royal, though. Guys, thoughts on Apollo Crews? Is this what he needed? Because I know he wasn't getting the shine on Raw. He came up from WrestleMania, then he was kind of lost in the shuffle.
If this is actually going to be the wrestling show as they're describing it as, then yeah, I think it's a good spot for him. He's not quite ready for the main event, but this is a good show for him, although he did spend a lot of time in that corner.
Yeah, he stayed down a lot of the time in the match. But, I mean, that's smart strategy in a battle royal. Why get up and fight? You only got to eliminate one guy to win. Learned that from you, Brain. Cam, what did you think of Apollo Crews?
This is my first time actually seeing him. So you guys know I'm more of the casual wrestling fan. But he seemed very athletic for his size. He seemed like a real stocky guy. He was very athletic, very impressed with him. I definitely think moving forward he could do some big things for the company.
And shout out to Aaron Wilbon, who was in attendance with us. He actually saw him at the gym earlier while he was working out, and Apollo Crews seemed like a really nice guy. He took pictures, talked to everybody. So I just wanted to give him some good publicity for that. Next, we get a vignette after that for the return of Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin was always a tremendous athlete for WWE, and it's good to see him back. I always liked Shelton, and if you're not familiar with his work, get the network and become familiar with his work, especially his matches with Triple H in '04 and anything after that, because the guy's amazing. Even the Team Angle stuff is amazing, so he's really, really good. You guys got any thoughts on Shelton coming back? Are you hyped? Anyone like, yeah, he's kind of old, disappointed?
As long as he can still go the way he used to, and I've seen him in Japan a couple years ago, fine to me, so.
Yeah, he spent a little time in Ring of Honor too. What do you think, Cam?
I'm excited for him to come back. He's one of my favorites. I'm always growing up, so I think it was a good pickup for them, seeing how thin the roster was. And if he can still go, I don't see why not.
All right.
I mean, this is something we can lure Kurt Angle back with.
Please. Oh, don't get me even thinking about that. So we get to Becky Lynch. She goes against Natalya in a pretty good match. Becky Lynch gets the victory with the is it the disarm her?
Disarm her.
Disarm her?
Yeah.
Cutesy on the word, sorry. She gets the there it is. And, I'm looking at the results on SE Scoops here. The disarm her. Good victory for Becky Lynch. I think the fans started really getting into it towards the end of the match.
She's great at playing to the crowd.
Becky Lynch?
Yes.
Yeah. Natalya as a heel, I'm not really that big of a fan. I mean, it's so because you want to cheer her.
She doesn't have her heart.
Yeah. So, no pun intended.
No, the fun was definitely intended.
So, we'll see what happens. What did you guys think of the aftermath, Cam? With all the women coming out on the stage, you had Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Eva Marie. Shout out to Ishmael. I know he said all these ladies were beautiful for the EPW group.
Actually, I liked it. It showed me that it's kind of like a new wave of women's wrestling. Like they're trying to be more of an emphasis put on it, which was something that was that's been lacking for years in the WWE, and I like it.
I'm hoping these ladies can hold up their end of the bargain with them getting more TV time, more emphasis put on them.
Yeah, and Robert said something very interesting in this. I believe you said that you want Eva Marie to do well.
I want her to be good. I just want her to silence the haters. So far, she's failing me.
Yeah, her entrance, though, it brought up a lot of different things. So, see what happens here.
If they do introduce a new title on SmackDown for women, which I hope they don't.
Please don't.
But if they do, I feel like she'll be the first champ. Just to spite us.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that. Yeah, please don't. Please don't make any more belts. You don't need to. You have a hard enough time making the ones important, which you are going to see in the next segment here. The Miz comes out for Miz TV, the Intercontinental Champion with Maurice. Good job with Maurice, Miz. And they cut a promo. He basically makes himself the guest. We've seen this time and time again. He said, "Oh, I'm the greatest WWE champion. I was one of the greatest Intercontinental champions." And Randy Orton comes out. He says, "Oh, I thought you were talking about me." Made sense. And trade some jabs at Miz, which is pretty easy to do. Miz says, "Oh, yeah, like I beat you for the WWE title." And they make a match. And Maurice accepts on Miz's behalf because Orton taunted him, whatever. That match. Robert, I'm going to let you start this one. What did you think of it?
I don't know if it was ring rust or he forgot his spots, but that match was awful.
I felt like it took him a very long time to get to the point to where he needed to be in it.
I just didn't feel it.
Ken, what did you think of Randy Orton's reaction and response? You're shaking your head.
No, it was not good.
You weren't feeling it, really?
No. To be honest, I thought he was injured from the beginning.
Yeah, the fan reaction was there. Like, I hear the people erupting and cheering for him. It was just, there were awkward silence parts where after the first RKO, I'm like, okay, what's taking him so long?
He just sat there for a long time. I don't know if it might have been a commercial break and he couldn't make the pin yet. But, yeah, he just sat there for an awkwardly long time.
Yeah, very odd. And, guys, remember, that was your Intercontinental Champion who got defeated like that?
That was a very quick match. Very quick.
Both the Salamans, champs and chumps.
Yeah, that was not good. We end up having somewhat an enhancement talent in the ring. We don't know who he is. Everyone's like, who is that? Who is that? Heath Slater comes from out of the crowd and wants people to demand that he is signed to SmackDown. He doesn't know how this has happened to him.
Heath Slater.
Somebody has to. Well, Heath Slater's talking all this garbage, and he says, I'm the hottest free agent you can get. Shane comes out and says, well, Heath, you got to calm down. And Cam, who appears to come out from underneath the ring?
Rhino.
Rhino shows up and gives Heath Slater the gore. Rhino is a good hand. Hopefully he does the right thing, putting other stars over, which I'm sure he will because he's been doing it at NXT for quite some time. Hopefully they find a good role for him, though. I don't know. I don't want him to get lost in the shuffle too much, but give him something to do that's meaningful.
Going off how the talents that they're bringing back, such as Shelton Benjamin, you got Rhino, rumored MVP, Tommy Dreamer, other names. This could be like they can bring like old talent back to help get the newer roster over. Because there are a lot of young guys on this roster now.
Yeah, some people are going to need to be put over because you can't have matches like this every week. We also got to see that apparently we didn't get to see American Alpha. I was very disappointed. They're debuting next week.
Hey, they were on the apron
in the beginning of the show. Yeah, so please make sure you watch American Alpha. They are endorsed by me. And when you become an endorsed talent, good things will happen. Calling it. So, yes.
He picked up a victory
on main event.
Yes.
I was proud of my boy Breeze. We get to the main event, guys. This match was amazing. It's the six-pack challenge, which included John Cena, Bray Wyatt, Baron Corbin, Apollo Crews, AJ Styles, and Dolph Ziggler. This match was clicking on all cylinders. People were going nuts. People going crazy throughout the entire match. Good spots. Me and Robert were talking at the beginning, and we definitely thought Bray Wyatt had it. Kim, who did you predict?
I didn't think it was going to be AJ Styles. I didn't really have someone who I predicted. I just didn't think it was going to be AJ Styles. Or I wouldn't have guessed Dolph Ziggler either. I thought he just kind of someone throwing.
Yeah. Well, John Cena starts hitting AAs on everybody. You get an AA, you get an AA. It wouldn't stop. And we're like, holy smokes, when's he gonna do all this? So he gets to the last one. AJ makes an incredible stop with a phenomenal forearm, knocking him out. And out of nowhere, Dolph Ziggler comes in the ring and super kicks AJ Styles out of his boots after he just got AA'd and kicked out. And Dolph Ziggler is your #1 contender. And also, shout outs to the promos that they did before for each guy. I thought that was a very nice touch to add to the show. Dolph Ziggler, guys, versus Dean Ambrose. Is this the rebirth of Dolph Ziggler? Does he have hope with you guys? Or is he still dead in the water?
It's a one-off for me. I like Dolph, but I'm done with him. I was not a fan of this.
Cam, what do you think of Ziggler?
I like Dolph. He's like the guy who you always want to see get over it, but I don't think that they're gonna do it. I think that he's like Robert said, I think he's lost a lot of the fans being behind him. I think his run's over. I would personally like to see him get over, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
See, a problem with him is every time he gets close to it, he says something stupid in an interview or something backstage, pisses somebody off, and they knock him back down.
Yeah, but I respect Dolph for saying what he thinks and feels. The problem is that once he does it, like, they'll give him the big victory like he got at Survivor Series because Roman was hurt. And what did you do with him after? You squandered all of that.
They fired him, remember?
Well, storyline,
yeah,
but come on, man. We'll see what happens here. I'm a fan of Ambrose and Ziggler. They're both two people who got they're the bridesmaids, never the brides. So
they'll definitely put on a good match.
Yeah, I definitely think they have the potential to steal the show, and I hope that they let them actually do that.
Now, my question for you guys is this going to be, since this is already the WWE Championship, is this going to be the main event of SummerSlam, or is it going to be for the Universal belt?
I think it's for the Universal belt. You got to go with
the title that you already had.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you got to build that one up in their mind, probably. Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins is going to be crazy.
Remember, this is the same build that Pat O'Connor held. And Bruno Sammartino held.
This is true.
Yeah. Logic, people.
We'll see what they do. We'll give them time. I think eventually the WWE title, that's Vince's baby. So it will come back and it will always be treated with some respect. He won't allow it any other way. We got a good dark match. Reigns and Rollins came out for a tag match. Nothing really too surprising. Sent the fans home happy with a Dirty Deeds and everything
Reigns
else.
Is hated.
Yes, very much so.
Very much.
There was some kids in there doing them.
Yeah.
Even during the promos when he was showing.
They just showed them on the screen. Woo, Roman Royce.
Guys, I have to thank you for watching the show. This is a quick episode. We wanted to just get that out. And let you guys hear it. Leave your thoughts below, though. What did you guys think of SmackDown? What do you think SmackDown needs to do to improve so that they can compete with Raw? What's missing? I want to hear every single detail that you guys have in your mind. And if you like the video, leave a like. If you made it this far, I'm sure you liked the video. And if you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button. Also, check out KC Classics channel. And check out Rob on the EPW group page. And guys, we are out. Thank you.